Welcome in. It is Big Ten Today. Great to have you with us on a Monday. Dave Revson, Rayfeld Davis. Awesome week of Big Ten hoops. I'd say this week looks pretty good, too. This is just a great time of year.
I mean, it's one of the best times of the year. We got some teams that are popping right now. You look at Michigan playing like one of the best teams in the country, if not the best. And then how about the Badgers? Wisconsin is looking like a team that is ready for March, that is built to win a lot of games, a team that can make a deep run, maybe even into April.
Agree with you 100%. And they sent a pretty clear message that they are for real once again. This weekend, as we take a look at our big story, which takes you through the weekend that was. And again, it started with a bang Friday night with the Badgers obliterating Michigan State. Third top 10 win of the year and second in less than a week. Saturday saw Michigan hammer UCLA. Purdue win handily at Iowa. Nebraska big second half in their win. And then yesterday's marquee game, Illinois all over Indiana. Kylan Boswell returning from his hand injury. What does it all mean with the Big Ten tourney just over 3 weeks away? Our friends over at CBB Analytics running the numbers. Remember, the top 4 seeds get a triple bye, and 4 teams have separated. Michigan and Illinois, borderline sure things. Nebraska and Purdue both over 75%. Michigan, by the way, a 75% chance at the top seed. Illinois is next at 18%. Let's dive into the week that was here, Ray. And you mentioned it. Wisconsin's got a lot of work to do to even be a top 4 seed in the Big Ten tournament, and certainly in the NCAA tournament, a ton of work to do. But, man, they are playing as well as anyone. They had some blips at the beginning of the year, just absolutely decimating, dominating the game against Michigan State.
Yeah, they figured things out on the offensive end, and it's helped their defense. And I look at Nick Boyd, and I put out a tweet last week, and I said the 4 best point guards they play in this conference. Well, Nick Boyd, I apologize because you got to be in that mix because he was fabulous against the Spartans. Took the game over right at the start of it and dominated within the game and finished it off in a high fashion. He was big time. And when you got Nick Boyd with his ability to get down the lane, finish at the rim, find shooters, and then his ability to make shots, it is tough to beat. And then you look at that second half, John Blackwell gets going. When you got 2 guards that can go get you 50 on any given night, you got a team surrounding them that can make 15, 16 threes, and then you win the play hard categories. This Wisconsin team is cooking right at the right time.
We talk about it all the time. Guards win in March, and it's tough to find a better combo than Boyd and Blackwell. They're just phenomenal. It was interesting, Tom Izzo's comments afterward. He said something that really resonated with me, which is I don't think Greg Gard gets enough credit. I do think that's true. I mean, he has done a phenomenal job. You think about all the turnover on this team. I mean, I know you get Winter back and Blackwell and a few other complementary pieces, but they had to go into the portal. They had to figure it out. He used the term microwaving this roster when I was talking to him a few weeks ago. And so you understand getting off to a little bit of a sluggish start to the year. Right now, the bracket matrix has them as a 9 seed. Again, that's a function of what happened early with some of the losses. Can you imagine being the 1 seed that gets them in the second round?
Yes.
I mean, if they end up being in that 8-9 game again, I think they could end up elevating. Maybe they get into 7-10. But even then you're a 2 seed who gets them. They've beaten 3 top 10 teams, including 2 of them on the road.
Yeah, no, I mean, you look at Wisconsin, they can beat you in a lot of different ways now that they're playing this way because they've had games where they made a bunch of threes. But they've had games where they've dominated you inside. You got big Nolan Winter. You can jump the ball down inside and get you a 2 at the basket. They get to the free throw line, and now they've brought their toughness. You look defensively, what they did to Michigan State, it was big time. They took Jeremy Fears out of the game. They kept the basketball in the half court. And if you keep Michigan State in the half court, it gives you a chance. And every time that ball hit the post to Jackson Kohler, they sent that double team. They were locked in on that scout report. They knew what was going on. You stay even with Michigan State. You only turn it over 6 times, and then you double them up in the paint. This is big-time basketball for Wisconsin. But you talk about Greg Gard. He's one of the only coaches in this conference that's continued to win in the transfer portal. You look at A.J. Storr. He had a good year for him. Maybe he got him out of there, but then you bring in a John Tonje. Then you bring in a Nick Boyd. You look around the conference, not a lot of teams, not a lot of coaches have succeeded at the level that Greg Gard has in the transfer portal. You got to give him a lot of credit there. Then you got to give him a lot of credit for John Blackwell taking that backup option and going to the 2-guard position after being so dominant with the ball last season.
There's proof of concept now. I mean, you go into the portal next year and you say, look at the run of guards that we've had. You want to be the next one? And he's also evolved so much in the way that he plays. We've talked about the tempo and the fact that they are playing much differently than they did in the past. What about Michigan State? I just feel, again, the win over Illinois was great, but this is 5 straight games now that they've trailed at the half. It just feels like they're getting off to sluggish starts. Jackson Kohler is not the player he was in the first half of the conference season. You could tell the frustration from Tom Izzo, but he said also in that same news conference, hey, we got beat by a team that I think is a little bit better than us. And that's got to be disconcerting, I think, to Spartan fans because it's tough to argue it right now.
Yeah, you look offensively, Wisconsin is better than Michigan State night and day. You look at Michigan State, one of those old school Tom Izzo teams, they want to beat you with their toughness, beat you with their physicality, dominate you in the glass, and get out in transition and run up and down. So when you look at Michigan State this season, whenever teams have decided we're going to compete with you on the glass, we're going to keep you in the half court, you're not going to dominate us in those areas, and we're not going to put you at the free throw line, that's a recipe for success when you talk about beating Michigan State because they don't have a guy on that offensive unit that can say, hey, y'all get out the way, flatten this out. I'm going to go get me a basket like a Nick Boyd, like a John Blackwell. You look at Jeremy Fears, more of a ball screen point guard. Jackson Kohler, more of a post-up guy. You look at guys like Jordan Scott, Kurt Tang and those guys, more so coming off of curl cuts, coming off of screens, shooting open jumpers. So you need that guy at the end of the day. You need someone that can just break the defense down when things are stagnant at half court and go get you baskets. And right now, Michigan State just doesn't have that. They have that toughness, but Wisconsin, they match the toughness, and then Wisconsin almost beat them in the finesse game as well.
It speaks volumes about how good Wisconsin is to be able to do that to Michigan State. Fear's a phenomenal player, but I understand what you're saying. It's different than he plays a different game than some of these other guards play. So that's the story with Wisconsin and Michigan State. What about Michigan? We're sitting in here in the studio on Saturday, and it's a 2-point game at the half with UCLA. Kind of thinking, okay, we got a game here. And then the second half starts. They shoot 78%. It's 46-18 in the second half, and they win by 30 points against a pretty good team. Not a great team, but a pretty good team. And you just look at Michigan and think, man, when they're on, I just don't know who can hang with them.
It's like every game, it gets to that 12-minute timeout. Michigan goes to the huddle, and Dusty May gives them all the water bottle, that secret stuff from Space Jam, and they turn into the Monstars. Because you mentioned 18 points in the second half for UCLA. But 11 of those points came off of Michigan turnovers and second chance points. So 11 of their 18 points came off of Michigan mistakes. That defense is phenomenal in the half court. They guard you all 5 positions. When the shot goes up, they crash the glass and they can get out and run. And when shots aren't going in, they scored 86 points and only made 7 threes because they can dominate you inside. They get their shot more times than not. They don't turn it over. They get to the free throw line. This is one of the better constructed teams that we've seen in this conference in a long time. And it might be the best defensive unit that we've ever seen in college basketball because when you can put your 3 men on point guards, put your 4 men on 2 guards, you can play inverted style defensively, I mean, it makes for a big-time season.
Last 2 games, they've been in trouble in both those games, right? Northwestern and UCLA. And then the second half, they've won 98-49.
That is unbelievable.
They've been amazing. LJ Kaysen coming on, too, and that's part of the challenge is there's so many different guys who can beat you. But you think about that second half. They missed 5 shots. UCLA made 7 shots.
It's
in the second half. So, that's pretty much the ball game there. Mick Cronin frustrated, and you can understand. Really let his team have it, particularly on the defensive end. How much of this is UCLA and how much of this is just about how great Michigan is?
It's just about how great Michigan is because you look at it, Michigan goes 7 for 19 from the three-point line. They didn't have that great of an offensive performance. They just shut the water off for UCLA. So you got to give a bunch of credit to the Wolverines on the defensive end for being locked in, for taking Donovan Dent out of the game, for not yet letting UCLA get out of transition and push the basketball. All credit goes to Michigan. You look at Michigan, you look at LJ Kaysen, you look at Trey McKinney. This is the backcourt coming off their bench that will start maybe half the teams around the conference. They are built to win. They're built for March. So you got to give all the credit in the world to the Wolverines. What they brought to the table versus UCLA, it was big time. And then you're able to take Tyler Bilodeau out of the game and then punish him on the other side with Morez Johnson. This team is built to win. They're built to last. I think we're looking at the national champions, no question about it.
Well, 10 wins now by 30 or more points. 25 games in. The last team to do that was 98-99 Duke, a team that lost in the national championship game to UConn. So we're talking more than a quarter of a century since anyone has done this. It's tough to argue with what you're saying. I mean, you look at Michigan and just think how dominant they have been against really good teams. Like, I keep coming back to Gonzaga. They beat Gonzaga by 40.
It's crazy.
It's crazy. And you just feel like when they're focused, when they're ready to go, that's what they do to people. And presumably they will be focused and ready to go for the NCAA tournament. It's hard to imagine a scenario where they don't come ready to play. Again, you mentioned, hey, Michigan's so good, and that's a huge part of it. How concerned are you about UCLA, particularly with Michigan State and Illinois next 2 games?
I'm not too concerned about them because you look at these next 2 games, they will be in those games with their offense. You look at UCLA and Donovan Dent playing big-time basketball. It just didn't pan out against Michigan. So I expect a good player to bounce back. And when I look at this game coming up against Michigan State, you get Donovan Dent, you get Tyler Bilodeau in that ball screen action, and Michigan State is going to guard it differently from how Michigan guards. You look at Michigan, you get Morez Johnson, he can switch it. But you look at Michigan State, Jackson Kohler, Carson Cooper, they're going to have to contain the bounce of Donovan Dent, but also get back to Tyler Bilodeau, and that's how UCLA wants to play their offense. But Michigan, they just took it out. So you're not too concerned about UCLA in these upcoming games. They just got to execute better, and they got to keep the basketball in front and out of the lane.
Well, it's going to be a challenge on the road against Michigan State. We'll see whether or not they can do it. Obviously, Michigan State will play with a little bit of a chip on its shoulder coming off that game against Wisconsin. So we shall see for the Bruins, but they are still very much on the bubble. So much more to come on the show. Still a couple of the bigger results from the weekend to get to. Illinois bouncing back from 2 straight losses, and Purdue making a statement on the road. This is Big Ten Today.